Hey, it's Sarah. I'm here to share a journal with you guys. This one is Faith and Love. You can tell it's on the cover right there. It was on the paper. I used a paper collection. It's 8x8. It's My Besties, but it's not the basic vintage. It's romance vintage that I used in this one. So, let me tell you a little bit about it. I hung charms over here and added beads to the side where I sewn the signatures in. I only did one signature in this one. I used a merchandise bag. It is a 6x9. And I used a piece of craft text, a long strip, ran it around the whole thing, and I added 2 of these eyelets that I tied my seam binding on. Then I used the same size paper, a little bit shorter, I guess, and I edge punched it with a doily punch on both sides, and then I inked everything up with, let's see here if I have it out. It's Adirondack Current, the Earth Tones by Ranger. And I used this trim that I got at Joann's. I really like it. It's really soft on the edges. And then the back is the same. It follows through. And I did the seam bind closure. Tied it off in a bow. So let me open it up. So on the first page, or inside the front cover, I used this lace here, and I made a pocket. I added a dolly on top of there. I punched out a little flower, added a brad to it, added a tab to this with velvet purple ribbon, and you pull that out, and that's the explosion note that I added to it. And then I added some of these. These are Kool-Aid dyed paper, and I just made tags out of it. And this is just regular weight copy paper. I didn't have any thicker paper, and I didn't use any cardstock. I never even thought about it. And then I added this little butterfly to those. Now, so the Kool-Aid paper, I watched the tutorial. I will link I'll add a link to her channel on how she does this. It's really awesome. I really like it, and it's very addicting. And it smells so good, depending on whatever one you use. Well, so far, any one that I've used smells good, so just heads up on that. So, on the first page, I just inked up around the paper, added this paper clip with this homemade tassel that I made, and I added this little charm. This charm is actually a wine glass charm, and I just took the loop off that you would hang from the wine glass, and that's what I hung off of the paper clip. You turn it over. I got this velvet trim here. This is an embossed piece of paper, has swirls on it. Add that trim on the side. I made a pocket out of the paper and added this little piece of the paper. Then on this side, this is the front of the cover. I just fussy cut it out. It's kind of like this. And I just fussy cut that out. Added another Kool-Aid dyed paper tag. Then I added some of this ruffle purple trim. Then on this side, it's a Kool-Aid dyed tag. Now this one is using a regular tag that's heavier weight. And I coffee dyed it, and then I Kool-Aid dyed it. This is held on with one of these heart paper clips, and then I added some seam binding and fibers to the top. This is a coffee dyed graph paper on the one side. I added this eyelet trim, another pocket here, and added the paper collection. And then this is Kool-Aid dyed paper tag. A paper doily that I made. This is book page with some trim. Added a little belly band right here out of the paper, and added a doily flower, and add a little pearl, flat back pearl. And then I flip it over here. I made a tuck spot, just made the paper funky, folded it, and then added another butterfly. This is Kool-Aid dyed paper. I dyed the paper after I already put the signature together in this. So, and I wanted to add some of this Kool-Aid dyed paper because, well, first off, I had to make it, and second, I was so excited to use it, I had to come up with an idea of using it. So, I made these flip in and flip outs. And then underneath here, this is a tuck spot as well. So, I absolutely had to do it. I had to make, I had to use it, so that's what I come up with. So, there's lots of journaling there, and I just used my Stampin' Up! Tab punch and add a little tab to it. Added some lace, more of the paper collection, this is an envelope, and I just made a tuck spot, and then I left this open, and I added a card, and there's more journaling inside there. So that just gets tucked in there. Added some of this rose trim, and I added another explosion note from the Kool-Aid dyed paper. Flip it over, added a Kool-Aid dyed doily, and added a piece of the paper there you can journal on. Added a little ribbon bow and a little butterfly. And then I use this punch flower to hold this shut. And you just, I use the petals to keep it shut. So then this is the paper, more eyelet trim, another one of these fold out Kool-Aid dyed papers. Then this is just a long strip of coffee dyed paper. I just made a tuck spot, added this leftover scrap from the paper, add that in there, some more of this trim, made a tuck spot, and I just added a tab to that. Then this is a piece of fabric. I just folded it over, made a pocket out of that, added a little punch out flower and added some bling to it. More of this fluffy trim. Then I made a belly band, added some bling, a stopper for my belly band, and added a tag with little crochet flower doily and, or doily, doily. I always call it doily or whatever. Seam binding, and I made a flip out. Then this is a paper doily. Added a journaling card. This is from Salvage District. These are the 3 by, I think they're 3 by 4. Add some more of the paper in there. Paper collection to the pocket. Graph paper, eyelet trim. Made a pocket. Added a Kool-Aid dyed tag. Flip it over, and this opens up. Another explosion note out of the Kool-Aid dyed paper. Just add some of the Kool-Aid dyed paper to that. Embossed piece of paper with trim. Another Kool-Aid dyed paper. Made a little tuck spot back there. That comes out. I didn't put a tab on that one. Some more of this lace trim and velvet trim there. Another journaling card. Now this is using a tutorial I got off of my sister's scrapper. I will link a tutorial to this little mini insert. That's what it was, is a mini insert for a mini book or a mini album. And I decided to add it to my junk journal. You can journal on top of the pages, or you can add photos to this part of it. I just made a hinge for it that's attached to my back cover. And so this is what it does. It's using a file folder, and I added the journaling spot here for this pocket, and then I added a butterfly to this little tag, and this is magnetic, and this pulls out. That's the paper collection. You can journal on here. That gets tucked back in here. Then this folds down. I'll show you this top part first. Added a journaling card, and then that's part of the paper collection. And that journaling card says, "Let me create a world for you." Then on the bottom part is a place for a photo, or you can journal on top of that. Added some bling, and then I added a journaling card. It says beautiful, and then this is just a cut off tag, and it's Kool-Aid and coffee dyed. And that gets tucked in there. So then this flips up, and then this flips open. And I added eyelet trim, added a doily, and a little butterfly. And then this journaling card is a 4x6. And it says, "A single dream is more powerful than 1,000 realities." And that just gets tucked in here. And then I made a pocket here, added another coffee Kool-Aid dyed tag. And that's open. You can journal there. And then you shut it. On this side, I added another Kool-Aid dyed long tag. You can journal over that. And then I added a bow here with some trim, and then this opens up this way, and you can tuck something there, tuck something here. can journal there. And then that shuts back up. And then the back pocket, I used another one of these fabric patches I had. I made a little pocket here, added bling, added a little tag from the paper. I added this tag with a doily and a tab, and I added this one with some of this velvet trim at the top. Then I added these index cards with the heart paper clip on them, and I just cut off the corners of them to make it look like a big tag. And that gets tucked back in there. And then on the back, I left the pocket, and I added this envelope. And this envelope has some washi tape on it, and it has one of these resealable sticker closures, and it has a doily on it. And I just added a couple journaling tags inside there. So that's extra, and then you could add even more to it. And that just gets tucked back in there. And I add some lace on the back. And there you go. So that's what I come up with this one. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I guess I will see you guys when I see ya. Later.